today we're talking about 5 survival myths, and we're gonna see if they're true or not. So let's get right into it. First survival myth is that you can drink out of any running water. That's not true. The only water you can drink, like out of a stream like this, is if it's bubbling right out of the ground and you know there are no swamps or beaver dams or anything above it. Otherwise, just boil the water, be safe, because there are very little water sources in most places, besides like in the mountains and stuff like that, that there's fresh water you can drink right out of the ground. So just boil the water, be safe. Second myth is that the moss always grows on the north side of the tree. It doesn't. I've tested a bunch of trees, and some moss does grow on the north side of the tree, but if it's a very moist and wet area, kind of a shaded area, the moss will grow all the way around to the tree. So moral of the story is just carry a compass. If you go in the woods, just grab a compass, and if you don't want to carry a compass, then there's better things to rely on, like the sun. Now it can be cloudy and you can't see the sun, but don't rely on moss as your compass. It's gonna get you lost. The third thing is you can drink salt water. You can't drink any ocean water. If you're in the ocean, or if you're by the ocean and you are thirsty, lost, whatever, you have to boil the water until you get all the salt out. Otherwise, it's no good. It's just gonna make you even more thirsty and make you sick. So don't drink salt water. Okay, the fourth thing is a bow drill. Now bow drills do work. I haven't tried them. I've watched a bunch of people use them. But you need the right tools. So if you're gonna go out in the woods and use a bow drill to start a fire, you can't just grab any random wood. You're gonna need really dry wood, and you're gonna need the right woods to be able to build the bow drill. Otherwise, it's just gonna burn right through the wood, and you're never gonna get a spark, or a coal, I mean. Or it's just never gonna start if it's too wet. Because to start a bow drill fire, you need a lot of hot friction for a long time to get an ember. And just with the wrong woods, it's just not gonna happen. I might do a video on that sometime, but I also need to do a bunch more research on what kind of woods to use and how to properly do it. You can use a bow drill if you want, but just carry a ferro rod or something like that. Just start a fire easier. Obviously, it's really fun to learn other survival skills. A ferro rod is another good option. Okay, lastly, number 5, a lot of people think you need to boil your water for like 8 minutes. You don't. If you have a little stove or something like that, and you boil your water for like 1 minute at a rolling boil, it's safe to drink. So if you boil it for more than that, obviously it's not gonna harm it, but you're gonna get less water through evaporation, and it's just gonna burn your resources if you're trying to keep that fire really hot to boil your water instead of keeping you warm. It'll kill all the bacteria in 1 minute. But then another thing is if you're above 6,500 feet above sea level, you need to boil it for more around 3 minutes. And obviously the higher you go in elevation, the longer you have to boil it. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Bye.